I think, since I've done a Redeye Raw live. I'm going to be recapping the Colorado trip in a video later. Maybe not today, but soon. That one's going to be a Redeye Raw-ish, because that one's going to have some clips edited in that I actually recorded along the trip. Only a couple of clips, but still. Yeah, I got about an hour before I got to go to work. So I figured, what the hell? Why not? Why not? Why not indeed? Got a Dr. Pepper here going. There we are. Got a replacement copy of Pokemon Cock. Did a video about that earlier today. So there you go. Other than that, I was going to talk about something. Oh, yeah. Fucking hell, dude. Isn't that the shit? Yeah. Hey, Andy, how you doing? Yeah, I gotta get, hopefully I'll be moving my computer over here this weekend so I can get some editing done and actually get some of my actual videos up, because I know I've been putting that off for a while because I gotta get the computer over here. But I did watch a movie while I was in Colorado. I watched The Outlaw Josie Wales. That was a pretty good movie. That'll be in the monthly movie recap whenever that is. Other than that, when did I buy this? There's just another Dr. Pepper on the couch. When the hell did that happen? But yeah, so yesterday, there was a charge on my card that wasn't me. So now I got to get a new debit card. But there's a hold on it at the bank. I went there today, and I got to go back tomorrow to get a new one because they have a hold on it, so they can't print me one until tomorrow. So that's a pain in the ass. Means I don't have a debit card today. But I swear to God, like, this shit seems to happen to me way more often than it happens to other people. Like, just randomly, there will be some charge. Like, that's the thing about those tap cards. Those tap cards are really frustrating because people can just steal your card information by just tapping it or walking by you. And so that's the problem. And so, I mean, granted, it hasn't happened like super often. The last time it happened to me was, last year. But it happens to me a couple times a year since I got the card. So, I mean, it's still fucking annoying. I've had to change my debit card multiple times. And obviously one of the times is because of that scam thing I talked about before. But that was a one-time thing. Anyway, like I said before, I've been posting daily gaming videos on my channel for all of June so far. And that has boosted my subscriber count a bit. Oh, good. Congratulations, Andy. Doing good on that grind all the time. I ordered some more Pokemon cards, just a couple of them. I got a Mewtwo on the way, spoiler. And then I got... is that all I got? I swear to God I bought more than that. But that's like the main one I can think of. I bought a 1611 edition of the Bible that has Apocrypha in it, which, if you don't know, is like books that aren't like considered like canon, but they're like, they were at one point. It's in the original writing, so like a lot of the S's are like F's and stuff like that. It's really weird and cool. I'm listening to an audiobook of the Bible too. Not that I'm religious or anything, but I'm listening to it because I think it's culturally significant, and I've never listened to the whole thing or read the whole thing before. So I decided, fuck it, I'll do that. And I'm not an atheist either, obviously, but I know the Bible stories, but I've never read the whole thing before. So I figured it is important culturally to our culture, and I just decided, fuck it, I'm gonna dive in. And so that's And then I also bought the other one because I wanted to see some of the Apocrypha, because it's a lot of things that get overlooked when you don't like follow a religion super, like even when you're in the religion, because I was super religious until I was like 16. And I still never read the Bible all the way through. Let's be honest, there's YouTube accounts that are not meant to be found, and the Michael Caboose account is a prime example of that, especially with generic titles like My Edited Video. Yeah. Again, that channel started as a way to hype myself up, and then as it went on, I started using it to post about more controversial stuff before I was willing to talk about that stuff over here. I actually don't agree with everything I've said on that channel. For instance, I remember I did a video about George Floyd, and I agree with some of what I said in that. Like, I agree that the riots were stupid and stuff, but I don't agree that it was murder. Like, I know it was ruled murder, but I think he overdosed, personally. That's the one disagreement I have with my past self. Like, I still agree that the reaction was wrong and the guy wasn't, like, the reaction, like, the destroying shit was bad, and I think that the guy was no saint. I mean, the cop was clearly like a smug dick, but I don't think he was a murderer. I just think, I mean, he could have exacerbated it. That could have been argued. What a hot topic to start off with. What the fuck? But that's one of the things I disagree with my past self, is I don't think that was murder. I know it was ruled murder, so legally it is, but but yeah, that Michael Caboose channel is something else. But before I went on that tangent, right, the other thing I would use it for was to test out YouTube's video editor capabilities to see what I could do with it. It was a low effort channel. It had a lot of shit posts. And the only reason I even started doing videos on it was to give it an air of legitimacy so that people wouldn't think it was just me again. Even though if you like look at the comments I did, like I remember one time I commented on my own video talking about how great it was. Like I commented on your previous video, I like having two cocks. Yeah, there you go. But, yeah, what else? I got this hat, on the way to Colorado at this cool gas station, which I did record some footage of that gas station. So that's pretty cool. I like the Bigfoot and the UFO. This is from Jackass Joe's. That place, what I think happened is it's a gas station in the middle of fucking nowhere. And the guy's like, hey, I'm in the middle of nowhere. I can charge suckers anything. They'll pay for gas. Because the gas there is like $1 a gallon more than anywhere else it is in Moab. Like, it's like $6.50 there or some shit. It's ridiculous. Gas was actually slightly cheaper in Colorado than it was here, actually, believe it or not. Like, it was still more than it should be. But it was like $4.80, $4.90. Whereas here, it's like $5.20 right now. It's ridiculous. But, I think that gas station was started there. And then that guy realized that, and then he's like, I can make it a gimmick. So he, like, puts all this alien-themed shit there and decorates it and then starts selling exotic jerky like python, which, by the way, is gross. And ostrich, which is okay but kind of gamey. And yak, which is fairly normal. I bought those three. He had a bunch of other kinds, too. But, I spent a ton of money at that gas station. Because, it was cool, but that shit is overpriced as fuck. And they know what they're doing. They're price gouging because they're in the middle of fucking nowhere, and they know people who are going on vacation or something are going to be suckers and spend money like I did. I knew what I was doing, though, so I knew full well what I was getting into there. Let's see. So Knights of the Old Republic 2 on the Switch is going to be adding the cut content back in as DLC for free, so I think that's pretty cool. Gives me an excuse to play it on Switch, I guess. I was going to say it gives me an excuse to buy a Switch, but I can just use Kyler's or Trevor's. Like, there's literally one in front of me, and they said I could use it, so might not need to do that. But maybe when I stream KOTOR 2, it'll be the Switch version with the cut content restored. Like, I know on PC you could download, like, custom mods and stuff that restored it, but let's see. But yeah, as you pointed out, I did get a new cock, as in Pokemon cock version. And it works. And it remembers my save data. I had to blow in the cartridge to get it to work in the first place, though, so that was kind of annoying. Like, it kept saying, failed to dump ROM, and then I just went, Put it in, it worked immediately. Which, granted, I tried with the other one. Like, you don't want to do that because it causes, like, a metal-to-metal reaction or something. But, I mean, it's a tried-and-true method, right? You did it since you were younger. I could have used, like, a Q-tip, I suppose. Or a cotton swab if I didn't want to be branded. But, yeah, Arby's has, like, a new, like, Wagyu steak burger. It's okay. I had it. It's pretty good. But yeah, when I was in Colorado, I found like the coolest video store I've ever seen. It's called Entertain Mart, and it's like twice as big as the big FYE that used to be over here. And it has not only VHS, but it has Laserdisc, and it has fucking CED. Who the hell carries CED? That is so cool. Like, it's not a big selection, but the fact that they even have a format that most people haven't even heard of is pretty cool. Like, I know, like, 3 people who know what the hell CED is in real life when I talk to them. CED is not common. So that was pretty cool. Also known as video disc. But, what on earth is this? Huh. Found some sort of weird little... Oh, it's a fan remote to turn on a fan there. Yeah, look at that. That's what that is. That's cool. I didn't even know we had that. Shows how observant I am. I think I noticed it last night, actually, or the night before. The night before. Because, last night, I was at a friend's house until like 5 a.m. Fun fact, Oblivion is mentioned by God in the final cutscene of the Simpsons game. Yeah, but it's not that Oblivion, right? It's not Elder Scrolls Oblivion. It's Oblivion as in Oblivion. And by demagoguery, I mean demagoguery. I played through the Simpsons game. I beat it on PSP and on 360. I want to stream through it on 360 at some point. I just haven't yet. Because I haven't hooked up my 360. Because I bought a new power brick for it, because I didn't have one before. Because I bought it used without it. And it's a slim model, so my old power bricks won't work. It's also a JTAG, so that's pretty cool. It doesn't have anything super crazy on it, but it also has the R2-D2 like startup, because it has like the blue LED and the little beep 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 when it starts up, so that's pretty cool. Have I done a video on that 360? I honestly can't remember. It's been so long. You know how many fucking Xboxes we have in this house? It's ridiculous. Let's see. We went to a cigar lounge while we were in Colorado. Again, I'm going to talk about the Colorado stuff in a separate video. But that was pretty cool. We don't have those in Utah because of the Clean Air Act, which is a bunch of bullshit. Where you can't smoke inside buildings except for, like, your house. But it's like, why can't we have a cigar lounge here? It's specifically made for that. Why you gotta be a bitch? And studies, like, modern studies have shown that, like, secondhand smoke is greatly exaggerated anyway. It's hardly a thing. Like, I get, like, let's not have them in hospitals or restaurants. Okay, fine, whatever, I get that. But, like, bars, casinos, those places should... I mean, granted, I think restaurants should be allowed to have it if they want. But, there will be businesses that will and won't if you have it. Like, there used to be back in the day, like, when there was a smoking section and a non-smoking section. I don't consider myself a smoker, though I do have the occasional cigar. I don't do cigarettes, and I only have cigars on occasion, and I also smoke a pipe on occasion, but tobacco pipe. I ain't no fucking burnout. But I'm not, like, constantly puffing it, right? I don't know, I just feel like people are, like, way too fucking serious about that shit. Like, I remember... There was this guy that I used to work with at McDonald's who was like trying to hit on this chick. And like he's like, smoking's bad for your health, right? And I'm like, dude, that is so unattractive. Everyone knows that it's bad for your health. It's ground into our minds since fucking elementary school. You're not getting laid. Like, because she hated it. She found it really obnoxious. For obvious reasons. I don't know why you would think that's a good, like, chat-up line attempt to say, hey, smoking's bad for your health. It's like, who the fuck doesn't know that? You think you're gonna pick her up saying that? I don't get it. But I did confirm the Famicom slot on my Retron does work. I was kind of worried about it when I couldn't get Famicom Jump to work. But it turns out it's just an issue with that game. Which is a damn shame, but it is what it is. Because I did get, the actual Japanese version of Takeshi's Challenge to work perfectly. If only there was a way to play that in English, because the English fan cart doesn't get along with my Retron. I mean, granted, I've already streamed through the whole game on stream, but I'm going to have Kyler play through it at some point on original hardware, probably. So that'll be funny, and I'm not going to tell him what to do at first. He's going to try to figure it out. I don't know when that'll be. That's something we've talked about doing for, like, ever. But, yeah, the Colorado trip was fun. I had a lot of fun there. I've been to Colorado before. Like I said, we went on a family hike when I was a kid where we went to Arches National Park, which, by the way, is in Utah. I think I might have said it was in Colorado in my Growing Up in Utah video, which is, I don't know why I would have said that, because it's in Utah, and that's what Utah's known for. It's on our fucking license plates, Delicate Arch. But we did go to Colorado at some point on that trip, too. I think that's where the confusion came in. But this was my first time being in Colorado in a fat minute. So... yeah, really long drive. Like, I won't say exactly how long of a drive it was, but it was over 8 hours. Each way, so nearly 20 hours. Actually, was it over 20 hours? It was a long drive. It was a long fucking drive when you count both ways. Because it was over 8 hours. It was over 9 hours. So there you go. Long-ass drive. I need to do a DVD collection update. I need to start finding all the shit that I've bought since the last one. I know I've got Drawn Together Seasons 1, 2, and 3. I've got a Clark Gable box set. What else is there? There was that Peter Pan thing because I never bothered returning it, which is what they sent me instead of the first Clark Gable box set I tried to order because they fucking shipped me the wrong thing. I've got... what else is there? I know I ordered a bunch of shit since the last one. Oh yeah, all the shit I bought in Colorado. I bought a bunch of DVDs in Colorado. Mainly because I bought a bargain box that came with like a bunch of shit in it. Most of it was garbage. There was like 2 different workout fucking DVDs in it. So, but it was like 20 DVDs for $14. So I was like, it was part of the fun. It was a mystery box, right? But yeah, I have that. So I have all those to add to it. I have that Clark Gable, Peter Pan, which again I got by accident but never bothered returning. I got Drawn Together. I know there's more. 30s Scarface. Have I showed that in a collection update yet? No, I don't think I have. So yeah, 30s Scarface. Yeah, I need to get on that. So, apologies on how that's taken me for fucking ever. I mean, so is everything lately. I have been slacking when it comes to content, and we're not talking like Slackoth or Vigoroth. We're talking full on slacking. It's a bad joke. But apparently one of the game stores nearby sells ROM hacks of Pokemon. My friend was telling me. So I kind of want to go check that out at some point, maybe on the weekend. Although I want to try and move my computer over here on the weekend, and maybe my desk and TV and some things, so that I can have my room be more complete. I still need to buy a box spring. I'm literally just been sleeping on a mattress on the floor here. But and I'm gonna use my old bed frame that I had at the old house because that bed frame's still good. It's just the fucking board was broken because my fat ass friend sat on it and broke it because he's a piece of shit. But I don't completely blame him. I think it gradually kind of broke. It was a shit frame. It was a cheap one. Um, but yeah, I need to get a new box spring. And then I need to stop scratching my face so goddamn much on live stream. That'd be nice. But I need that. I need to fix some of the outlets in my wall because they're kind of sunken in with some of them. So there's that. But yeah, the drive there and back was pretty long to Colorado. We stayed in a hotel for a couple of nights. Someone recently on YouTube did a long play of Ed, Edd n Eddy The Misadventures on PC, and you thought the console version was hard. I can't imagine playing the final boss with keyboard controls. Here's the thing. I think that glitched. Because, like, it just didn't work when I tried to beat her. I'm going to probably do a redemption run on the Xbox version and see if I have better luck. Because my disc was scratched when I installed it, and it only installed 85%, but it still let me play it when I installed it on the PS3, because for those of you who don't know how I play PS2 games on stream, oftentimes I will install the disc onto my modded PS3. I have the physical copy of the game. It's just, for convenience sake, I install the disc onto my PS3, and then that way I don't have to hook up a PS2 to the adapter, and then it's a higher resolution. Because my adapter's a shitty Chinese knockoff that looks like shit and makes everything darker. So I only use it when I have to. Like, it's still good. It's still been handy and helped me a lot. It's just, if there's alternatives, I will use said alternatives. Let's see. My hair looks like shit. Like when I wear a hat, I've noticed right now with my hair and beard the way it is, I look like Forrest Gump in that scene where his like beard and hair grow out when he's been running for so long. I need to get a trim. Because look at that, it's all scraggly. I'm not gonna cut it off or anything. I just probably get a trim. I'm glad I've made more progress in Disbelief Papyrus than I thought I would. Getting to phase 2 consistently is pretty cool. I should have said this part first, but I watched their long play, and yeah, the PC version of Ed, Edd n Eddy The Misadventures is literally the same as the console version, but with keyboard controls. Yeah, I figured it would be. I know there's a Game Boy Ed, Edd n Eddy game, but I think it's a different game altogether. Actually, is there a version of Misadventures on Game Boy Advance? There might be. Because I know there's also a game of Ed, Edd n Eddy called Ed, Edd n Eddy Jawbreakers. So that one might be a different one. That one might be on DS, actually. I think it is a port of Misadventures, but it's got to be different if it's a Game Boy Advance version, because those are always entirely different. Just like with Simpsons Road Rage, there's like different maps and stuff. Like, it's an interesting version, as a matter of fact. I actually think it's quite innovative for a Game Boy Advance port, because it actually has some of the stuff that's not in the Xbox and PS2 versions, or the GameCube version, for that matter. I always find console differences kind of interesting, right? Because sometimes you'll get stuff where, like for Soul Calibur, for instance, right? Where the PlayStation version got Darth Vader and the Xbox version got Yoda or something on one of the Soul Calibur games, or like how the PlayStation 4 version or PlayStation 3 version of Mortal Kombat 9 has Kratos as a playable character, or how the GameCube version of Mortal Kombat Deception has Shao Kahn and Goro in it, and that's the only version of the game that does. Which, by the way, it's cool that it does, but it's frustrating that the rest of the game didn't, because Goro is one of my favorite characters, and Shao Kahn's pretty cool too. Though they're not like super fleshed out or anything, because they're like little bonus characters. One thing completely unrelated, but with Halo the Master Chief Collection, I hate that, like, couple of things, right? Like, when you play Halo 3, you always get the legendary ending, even when you're playing on easy, because they just count the epilogue as a separate thing. And I think that's so lame, because that's the whole point of the legendary ending, is you have to earn it by playing on legendary. So I think it's so lame that you just, the MCC, you always get the legendary ending in Halo 3. Now, granted, Halo 2 didn't really have a legendary ending. Halo 1, luckily, it's still the way it's intended to be. And same thing with ODST, where you just get it always, even if you play on easy. It's crazy to me. But also, I hate that, like, some of the achievements didn't carry over, and I get some of them, right? Like the ranking stuff. Like, I think the new ranking system in MCC's stupid anyway. I don't care about the ranks in that. Not that I cared all that much about the ranks in the other Halo games anyway, other than Reach. I took it pretty seriously in Reach. I wanted to get to Inheritor so I could get Haunted. But now I just have Haunted because MCC... like, I love MCC, but sometimes it takes away the challenge of earning some of the stuff. And it's cool, but some of the stuff loses their luster when there's no exclusivity to it. Like, Bug Splattered Buck in Firefight, I unlocked because I did Endure on MCC, but they didn't port over the achievement for it, and now you can buy Bug Splattered Buck on the exchange, so it's like there's no real, like, proof that that's how you got it, right? I usually prefer playing on original hardware, but none of my capture card stuff is hooked up to the PS2 at the moment. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I think it is fun to record on original hardware, like, when possible, but frankly, I don't mind using emulators and, like, my modded PS3 to play PS1 and 2 games. I think that's fine. But I do play on original hardware from time to... And granted, I use the Retron for, like, Game Boy or NES games. Although, with the Earthbound Halloween hack, I have to use an actual SNES because my Retron does not like the Earthbound Halloween hack for some reason. It gets along fine with ROM hacks from Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy, but it has issues when it comes to ROM hacks for NES and SNES. So I don't get that. You guys remember cheat code books? I did a video on this forever ago, but I remember you used to buy cheat code books at the store, and that would tell you the cheat codes. Or how I used to print them out online from cheatcc.com. Games don't have cheat codes very often anymore. Which, I mean, fine. But, like, I don't know. I feel like video games are a lot more hollow than they used to be, because there's a lot of things that just aren't there anymore. Like, you don't really have unlockables that you have to earn, for the most part. Like, everything is, like, a season pass, or buy this using season points you get. Like, I mean, I'm using MCC as an example here, clearly. But, like, also there's, like, there's DLC! There's microtransactions. There's fucking just that's it. Or you'll just have everything at the start. And I thought there was something cool to exclusivity when it came to, like, armor and stuff in Halo, right? Because, like, Recon used to mean something, right? Like, I mean, it meant less and less as time went on. Because originally, the only way to have Recon was if Bungie themselves gave it to you. But then, when they introduced the Vidmaster achievements, then as long as you got all 7 of those achievements, you'd get it. And those achievements were tough. I earned all of them. Again, annual, I didn't actually unlock until, like, last year. Because, or was it this year? It was early this year. Never mind. It was early this year. But the thing is I got annual, like, 5 times, but first time my disc had a crack in it, so everybody in the game got it except me. Second time, Kyler fell out of a ghost. And then we kept going, because he told us he fell out, and we just kind of kept going. Third time, Brandon, who was the guy I was playing with, climbed out of the ghost at the end, just to fuck with us. Fourth time was the same night I got it. But the game... well, I guess that one doesn't really count, because we only made it, like, halfway. And then the game crashed. And then fifth time, finally, I got it. So... same with the PC, where I'm looking into ways to screen record. I've actually held off on buying any more PC games at the moment, until I've gotten a way to play them properly again. I would say look into OBS. I don't know if you use, because you use a Mac, don't you? I use Windows. OBS is a really good one because it's free and you can capture the screen with that. You can also connect OBS to your capture card. That's what I use to stream. Most of the time when I'm streaming gameplay is OBS. I used to use XSplit, but then we stopped paying for the license on that. And then for a while I used Game Capture HD, which came with Elgato, but then like that stopped cooperating with my browsers, and it was also not very good. So I usually use OBS. That has its own issues because it doesn't get along with some of my PC games, and sometimes it takes a minute to get it to communicate with the capture card properly. But overall, I've found OBS to be the best one I've used. But that's just me personally. I'm certainly not trying to like say, buy, get OBS. I mean, it's free, so it's not buying. But I'm not trying to say, oh yeah, it's objectively the best. It's just what I use, and I've had good luck with it. Other than that, what is this? Oh, another fucking email. I keep getting emails trying to get me to donate to political candidates because I did a couple of times in 2020. And so, like, I constantly get spams on one of my email addresses saying, oh, are you going to donate? We need you. Status pending. There was one, it's super manipulative. There's one that's like, your offer has been rejected, or like something like that. Like, it's ridiculous. Or your order is incomplete, or your something like that, right? Or we need you, or we're begging you. It gets really pathetic sometimes. It's like, look, dude, just because I donated to a couple of things back in 2020 doesn't mean I'm gonna constantly donate to shit. Like, fuck off. It's super annoying. It's super off-putting. But yeah, I'm gonna stream more Disbelief Papyrus at some point soon. I don't know when, but I'm going to. I also want to start streaming Dust Tale soon, because that one's pretty cool, and it's a full game rather than just one fight. Other than that, at some point I need to stream the Switch version of Undertale so I can do Mad Mew Mew, because that boss is exclusive to the Switch version. See, there you go. Another version difference, right? Because the PC version of Undertale is the most vanilla version that doesn't really have much. Like, it's just the base game. I mean, it has a lot in it. It has the base game in it. But then, like, in the PS4 version, they added the Dog Shrine, which is just one little joke that just you have to spend a bunch of money to get all the trophies. And then and then for the Switch version, they replaced that with a boss fight, which is Mad Mew Mew. And then, like, with the Xbox version, instead of keeping Mad Mew Mew, they changed it to a casino, which, I mean, cool and all, but it's a little disappointing that the boss fight is only in one version of the game. Because I'd love to have Mad Mew Mew be in, like, all versions of the game. But nope, not gonna happen. Which, okay, fine, whatever. It is what it is. Let's see. I want to finish my Y2K review soon, because I want to upload it before they release the update. God knows when they're going to release the update anyway. So, there's that. The Beavis and Butthead movie, I saw the trailer for. I know I've talked about it a few times. I'm looking forward to that now. Tell you what. Give me one quick second. I'm going to go grab some shit. Give me a sec. All right, look who's back. So yeah, I also got this at that cool gas station. Again, I will focus on all of it all the stuff I got when I actually upload the Colorado trip video. And then I got this other hat, which, you know, Alien Fresh Jerky, it says. Because, again, jerky is one of their gimmicks there. There's that 1611 Bible I was talking about. So there you go. There's a look at that. And then when I got the new copy of Pokemon Cock, it came with this Executor sticker. So I put that on my card binder because why the hell not? I'm going to put my Illuminati cards in there too. I haven't done that yet. Because those are... And my Doom cards. There you go. But yeah, this is like word for word a recreation of how the Bible looked in 1611. So like again, the grammar's really like some of the spelling and stuff is different. So that's pretty like there's a U instead of a V in David. Like look at that. That's a U. That's a fucking U. And like the book of Esther. That's an F instead of an S in Esther. Like, it's so strange to me how English has evolved as a language. How, like, certain letters didn't used to exist. Or, well, I mean, they did exist, because there's still S's in other contexts in there. But, like, if it's in, like, the middle of a word, it's an F. Which I think is very strange. But, other than that, what else? Need to play. Are you going to do a review video of Disbelief Papyrus? I mean, I suppose I could. It's a single fight, so there's not a lot to it. I just haven't beat it yet. I mean, I think it's a really cool fight. I've seen it on YouTube before, long before I downloaded it. And I think it's a really cool alternate timeline. Though the intro to it's kind of weird on the version I have, because it talks about, like, Gaster. Whereas, like, the original version talked about, like, you doing 20 genocides and then Sans trying to fight you in Snowden to prevent it. Hey, VCR12, I've been good. How you doing? You know, other than having to get my debit card replaced again, which I mentioned at the start of the stream. That's kind of a pain in the ass. Because I got to do it tomorrow, because they put a lock on it right now at the bank. Because there was people trying to charge me, like, nearly $700 for shit. Like, it didn't go through. They blocked it for me. But, like... Again, those scam things on your cards when you have tap to pay. It's dangerous because people can just steal your info. And then you got to get a whole new card, and it's a pain in the ass. I'm going to watch the Drawn Together movie, too. Because I finished Drawn Together. You alright? Could be better, though? I mean, that's fair. I think that's... just remember, if you could be better, you could also be worse. So, you know, like Eric Idle said in that Rudolph movie, remember, things could always be worse. Let's see. Our neighbor came to meet our dogs today because they keep barking at him in his back when he's in his backyard. So he came over to meet them. So hopefully they'll shut the hell up and stop barking at him when he's standing in his own yard. I really hope so because it's really annoying. Because like for some reason, every day when we let Kiki out in the morning, if our neighbor's out in his yard, she'll go out there and just start barking at him. And it's like, why? And like, I'll tell her to shut up and she'll stop. But like, she does it every day until she's told to stop. It's like, knock it off. He's not in our yard. He's fine. Leave it alone. But that's dogs for you, right? That's how their brains work. They're like, I see someone, I must woof, 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 woof. Just over and over again. But, yeah, I bought some shirts when I was at the Crowder and Dave Landau show. They have the Socialism is for Figs shirt. This, you know, the one that's like, Socialism is for fags, but it's got like a fig plant where the A should be. They sold those there, and I'm like, I didn't think he sold those shirts anymore. But I guess he sells them at events still, so I'm like, hell yeah, I had to get me one of them. And they had a Dave Landau one that said, ahoy. Do you have TikTok? There's some funny videos there. No, I do not, and nor will I ever have TikTok. TikTok is Chinese spyware, number one, And number two, the audiences on TikTok don't like me because I think somebody clipped one of my like part of my Rio isn't gay video and uploaded it to TikTok, which is what led to all those people getting mad at me in the comments. Um, so yeah, no thanks. TikTok can go fuck itself. I don't like TikTok. I think it's a cancerous website, and I hate that it exists, and I hate that YouTube tries to replicate it with shorts. That said, yeah, there's been some funny shorts on there for sure. Like, I mean, there were some funny things on Vine too, but it was also a similarly shit website. I think TikTok's much more obnoxious, but both of them are obnoxious and kind of bad. But there is funny stuff to be found on both for sure. I just don't use the site because like one thing I hate on TikTok, right? Because like it's not that I watch it on TikTok, because I have never downloaded TikTok, nor will I ever. But YouTube Shorts does the same thing, where they like they'll do a video about something, and they'll just have them generically pointing to like some text up there of what the video's about, and it's like, the fuck are you doing that for? Just do the damn video. It's stupid. Like it'll have like a caption at the top, and they'll point at it, and then it'll cut to the video. And it's like, why are you doing that? Why? I don't get it. Like I said, I've never been on TikTok itself, but YouTube Shorts has some stuff that's also on TikTok uploaded to it because again, it's basically just YouTube's ripoff of TikTok. Are you planning on buying The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron, the complete series on DVD? I know you have one of the previous DVDs of that show. Yeah, I probably will. It's not like high on my list of priorities right now, but yeah. Spyware, have you ever thought about computer programming? Oh no, dude, I suck. I don't know how to code. Like I took a class on HTML back in high school, and I forgot most of that. I also took a class on website building in college. Well, it was multimedia, so it was like website building, video editing, Photoshop, that kind of thing, and it was all in Adobe in that class. Like there was Adobe Premiere, Photoshop, and After Effects. I think no, we used Fireworks, which is similar to After Effects but also different. Though I still edit my videos with Movie Maker because it's free and I don't have to pirate fucking Premiere that way because I don't want to take the risk of number one, getting in trouble, number two, malware. So I still use good old Movie Maker. I did use Filmora for one of my videos, I think, but it was like the trial version that has that really obnoxious watermark. And then I did use Premiere when I had access to it at the college. I've also seen stuff from TikTok re-uploaded on YouTube. Some of it in compilation form, some of them even state TikTok re-upload the title. Well, yeah, obviously. People used to do that with Vine all the time, too. Vine compilations. The current generation of just no attention span and just watching any schlock that people put up that's like a minute long drives me nuts. Like, there is so much fucking fake shit on there. Like, there's this series I've seen when I scroll through YouTube Shorts, which I try to avoid because they kind of, again, it's cancerous as fuck. I don't like all the scrolling and shit. Like, they're clearly trying to make it, like, addictive. I'm going to try learning how to code when I get a computer. Hopefully it goes well. Yeah, good luck with that, man. I'm just not very competent when it comes to that sort of stuff. I mean, again, I edit videos in Movie Maker and make thumbnails in MS Paint. I'm a simple man. Do you watch Get a Robo? I have seen some of Get a Robo, specifically new Get a Robo. I've seen like 3 episodes of it. But I plan on watching more of it. I do have the DVD of Get a Robo is Armageddon. And then I also have the manga, the first volume of Get a Robo Devolution. So I plan on getting more into it. Again, I haven't watched a ton of anime lately or, read a ton of manga lately. The last, when was the last time I actually watched anime? Let me think. And we're not going to count, watching hentai for a few minutes for purposes. We're going to count actually sitting down and watching something. Even if it counts as that. I did watch the first episode of Beast City, which is a hentai, but I wasn't watching it for that reason, so I can count that. That was like 3 weeks ago. Maybe 4. I think it was just 3 weeks ago. Is that really the last one I watched? That might be. It's been a minute. Um, yeah, I think that's the last anime I've watched, period. I watched Lake Placid last night. I haven't seen that movie in years. I saw it on TV many years ago. Um, it's basically just a shark movie, but with a crocodile instead of a shark. Like that's it follows all the same beats as a bad shark movie. It's fun. Well, yeah, that would make sense, Andy. If he's not on a computer, he's probably on mobile. Um, I guess he could be on an Xbox. I don't think you can comment when you're on an Xbox, so I'd still say that's unlikely. But can you comment on the YouTube Xbox version of YouTube? I don't know if you can. Yeah, I figured you were on mobile, but I'm curious now. Can you comment or chat when you're on like a console version of YouTube? I don't think you can. Because you can't upload. You used to be able to, and then Xbox removed the ability because they're a bunch of assholes. PlayStation still has the ability, which, I guess that's one win, even though PlayStation sucks dick most of the time anyway. Um, Not that I'm like an Xbox fanboy or anything. I think Xbox and Microsoft have its problems. I hate Sony more as a company. Um, but I don't particularly care for either one anymore. I just kind of play whatever. I am a console gamer, right? But I don't like have any brand loyalty when it comes to that shit anymore. Used to back in the day. Was a hardcore Xbox fanboy back in the days of the 360. I have the YouTube app on an old iPad, but I haven't updated it in like 8 years, and it's probably out of date model anyways. It probably won't even work if it's that out of date, man. Because my old iPod Touch has the old version of the YouTube app where it has like the TV icon instead of the YouTube icon, and it doesn't let me connect to it anymore. It says the app is too out of date. So I thought hentai was all sex. That's the reason most people watch it, but there are hentais that have good plots, like Yorotsuki Doji, La Blue Girl, Kite. Um, there's a bunch of them. What's another good one? There's plenty of good ones. Well, anything Toshio Maeda, really. Like Demon Beast Invasion's pretty good. Demon Warrior Koji. Nightmare Campus is alright. Adventure Kid. Um, so no, there's other stuff with hentai that can have good plots. It's just and also depends on how you classify it, because there's some scenes in Violence Jack Evil Town that it's like, how is this not classified as hentai? Like it's got some pretty graphic scenes in Evil Town specifically, which is what most people are like think about when they think of Violence Jack when they're normies. But there's plenty of reasons to watch hentai, not just for the plot. Well, not just for the other stuff, but for the plot too, and sometimes the gore, if it's like a good girl one. But I've said enough as is. But hmm. Where the dead go to die is same edgy. Where dead go to die. I'm not familiar with that one. I am reading Dead Tube. I haven't read it in a minute, but I have read a good chunk of it. Um, but because people tried to say Dead Tube was like more graphic than My Chan's Daily Life, and granted, I've only read like 15 chapters of Dead Tube, but I can tell you right now, if it doesn't get drastically more fucked up, it is nothing compared to My Chan's Daily Life. Like even just on the gore alone, the gore in My Chan is so much more graphic. Um, Not to mention the ending, obviously, but I mean that's like even if you leave out that scene at the end, it's still more graphic than Dead Tube. That's why I don't get those comments when people are like, because I remember there was a comment that's like Dead Tube's way worse, and it's like, it's really not though. Like Dead Tube is just like a guy and a girl making a bunch of snuff films. Like, I mean, yeah, it's dark and edgy and it's got some gore, but the gore is severely tame. It's super tame compared to some of the other stuff I've read. Hell, I'd say Elfen Lied has more graphic gore. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't get into things as much as I used to. Like, I don't get hyped up for stuff because I just feel like entertainment is kind of shit now. What time is it? I should be getting off here in like maybe 10 minutes. Just a fair warning. Because I do got to start getting ready for work. So, just fair warning on that. I'm probably going to be heading off here in a little bit. But yeah, like none of the movies that have come out have got me particularly excited to go see them. I am looking forward to the new Beavis and Butthead movie. I'll give it that. We'll see if it ruins it. Hopefully not. The trailer looked good. But like, I don't know. It's just I'm very jaded and cynical nowadays. Like everything like I like is like I mean I'm gonna sound like a hipster faggot here, but like most of the things I like are like older stuff that's not modern because the modern stuff is kind of lame. Let's see. That's not to say that there isn't any modern stuff I like. Like I've liked the new season of Better Call Saul so far, the final season. That's been really good. But you know what I mean. I'm just saying in general, I tend to gravitate towards more classic or like somewhat older stuff. Like I said, I rewatched Drawn Together. That was fun. That show's super edgy. There's no way in hell half the stuff would be in it that's in it today if it was made today. Oh yeah, I had a little iPad phase going on 2012 to 2015, but I mainly used it when I was on vacation or if the computer wasn't charged. Yeah. My computer's a big ass desktop that's like this fucking big. It's huge. You've seen it. I've done videos on it. I do still have my old laptop, though, the one that I used to edit on back a couple years ago for the channel. I still have that laptop. Yeah, my hair is a mess. I need to get a damn haircut. I mean, I've got the receding hairline already, but, you know, I do need a trim on the actual hair. Look at that. I look like fucking Dracula or Vegeta. What if a preschool teacher showed Happy Tree Friends to preschoolers in preschool? What would happen? Well, I don't know. The kids would probably be pretty shocked, and the parents would get really angry, rightfully so. Like, why would you do that? Like, granted, I feel like Happy Tree Friends is a show you tend to enjoy more as a kid and teenager than when you're an adult. Because Happy Tree Friends is really... There's no substance to it. It's just violent. And, like, the deaths are creative, and that can be fun. But after a while, the gimmick kind of wears off. You know what I mean? Like, Happy Tree Friends, I still have a soft spot for it nostalgically. And there are certain episodes that have been, like, you know, later on that were still pretty good. Like, there's that one where a cub actually survives, and it was like a big subversion. That was really funny. I do like Remains to Be Seen. That was a good Halloween special. But yeah, no, if little kids are shown Happy Tree Friends, it's probably going to shock them. I mean, I don't think it would be the worst thing in the world, but it definitely would take some explaining, and a teacher shouldn't do that. But especially not in preschool. Like, if the kids are like 12 and they watch Happy Tree Friends, I think that's just normal. That's when you're going to like it the most, I feel, is when you're like 12. Because it's just edgy and violent for the sake of being edgy and violent. Like, Ice Cold Lemonade is an episode that still makes me squirm. Because it's fucking graphic, and, like, it makes you feel the pain in your eye. I do remember that iPad I had where at the time I was using it to watch a bunch of funny videos on YouTube or gaming videos, yeah. I had my trusty iPod. I did a whole episode of Tales from the Drive-Thru about it. My old iPod Touch, I always used to stay up, like, when I was working the drive-thru, I'd watch, like, Beavis and Butthead and shit in the back with it. They would get sued? I mean, yeah, probably. Again, if teachers are doing shit like that, they should get in trouble. Because, like, it's not their kids. Like, I mean, obviously, that's the whole issue, right? But I don't think teachers are dying to show kids Happy Tree Friends. Like, teachers are doing some shady shit. There are some teachers doing some shady shit that they should probably get investigated for. But somehow I don't think showing kids ultra-violent stuff is one of them. Showing them other stuff they shouldn't be showing them, absolutely. Then a lot of them should get fired at the very least, if not arrested or sued. Because of some of the shit teachers do. But yeah, I somehow I don't think Happy Tree Friends is something they're dying to show kids. Just doesn't seem likely to me. Because there's no benefit they get out of that. When they do all the other shit, they're grooming. But there's no reason to groom a kid to be to like violence. So I just don't see it being realistic. I used to watch Happy Tree Friends back in like 6th grade on the school computer. But then they started like blocking the websites, but then I found other websites that had the episodes uploaded. I remember Happy Tree Friends had like a bunch of like flash games online called htfgames.com. I used to play a lot of those back in the day. Can't play any of them anymore though because they're flash. Exactly. Bless you. Oh, for the burp? Yeah, excuse me. There's another one. A lighter one. There you go. Let's see. I'm probably going to move these energy cards up a couple of pages. Yeah, excuse me indeed. But yeah, I'm going to probably move these energy cards up and then put the Illuminati cards over here, or the Doom cards. Yeah. I remember anime when it's 2006 old. I don't know what you mean by that. What the fuck? Chapter J. What the hell? How do these chapters work? After chapter J, it goes chapter IIJ. What the hell? I'm so confused on this 1611 English. I got into anime in 2006 when I was a young kid. Okay. I figured you meant something like that. I just wasn't sure. It's a weird angle here. I don't know why. Like, I mean, I have it on a TV tray, right? It's in front of the couch. Because, like, I'm on the couch right now, as you can see. That's not mine. That's I think Trevor gave it to Michael. You guys don't know Michael, but he's really into Demon Slayer. Trevor, Kyler, and Michael are all into Demon Slayer. But I haven't watched any of it. To me, it just kind of looked like more generic shonen stuff. But everyone insists it's really good. I just haven't watched it yet. I never use the iPad to record any YouTube videos of my own, but I have an iPhone to record on multiple occasions. Yeah. I mean, I'm using an Android phone right now to record on, or to stream this on, and I use this to record most of my videos, and this is the newer phone that has the better camera and isn't all fucked up. So, you know, there's that. Yeah, they've been really into Demon Slayer, but there's also like a Beatles reference, I guess. So there's that too. You know, I like the Beatles, but I never like went crazy for them. They have some songs I like, but I'm not like, they're not my favorite. Dogs whining, they might need to go out. I'm probably gonna wrap this up. I need to start getting ready for work. So I hope you guys had fun. A little bit of a chit chat here. Have a good one. Toodles.